Act 2, Scene 1 happens later that night. Banquo can't sleep, and as we see throughout the play, a lack of sleep will usually indicate a guilty conscience. So in this case, Banquo's lack of sleep is questionable. He meets Macbeth, who is also worried. In this case, Macbeth is worried about the actions that he is going to complete that night, which is to kill King Duncan. Banquo leaves and Macbeth sees a dagger before him. The famous quote, "Is this a dagger I see before me?" The bell rings. Macbeth then goes to murder Duncan. Act 2, Scene 2 begins with Lady Macbeth as she is waiting for Macbeth to come back from the murder. In this case, note that Duncan's murder happens off stage. She says that she would have killed King Duncan herself if he had not resembled her father as he slept. So this reveals something about Lady Macbeth's character, that she is not as cruel as she'd previously seemed, and that she does have a humane side. Macbeth emerges, but he still has the daggers in his hands. He is very agitated, and he says he heard a voice say that Macbeth has murdered sleep. So this is the second time that Macbeth is seeing or hearing things that aren't there. Lady Macbeth, on the other hand, is very practical. She tells him to put the daggers with the grooms as planned, but Macbeth is afraid to go. So our brave soldier from Act 1, Scene 1 and Scene 2 suddenly now is afraid to go back and face the crime that he himself has committed. She has no such fears. She returns to smear the grooms with blood, and as she comes back, a knocking is heard at the gate. They hurry off stage. The knocking, of course, signals the entrance of Macduff, who will find the body of Duncan and raise the alarm throughout the castle. The key quotes that you should know throughout these three scenes are some of the following. "I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition." This quote deals with Macbeth, coming from Macbeth, saying that he has no motivation whatsoever to kill King Duncan except vaulting ambition. Even if you only focus on those two words and use those as your quotation to support your point about Macbeth's character, vaulting ambition are the key words you should use. The second quote, "We will proceed no further in this business," again comes from Macbeth. In this quote, he is telling Lady Macbeth that he has decided he will not kill King Duncan. So again here we can see Macbeth's character shift and change as he cannot make up his mind what to do in this scene. Third quote here, "Screw your courage to the sticking place and we'll not fail," are the bitter words of Lady Macbeth as she convinces Macbeth to carry out the action that they have planned together. The next, "Is this a dagger which I see before me?" is Macbeth's vision of a dagger that leads him to kill Duncan. It's the first time Macbeth sees or hears something that isn't there. And it's important when we look at things like the use of the supernatural or superstitions within the play. The quote, "Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I'd have done it," comes from Lady Macbeth, and again reveals her inner turmoil that she could not face the killing of King Duncan, and reveals another part of her personality. "Macbeth shall sleep no more," is the voice that Macbeth heard as he came down the stairs, and tells us or reveals what happens later on where he cannot sleep, and this leads to further madness and further visions that he sees. The final quote from this scene, "A little water clears us of this deed," are Lady Macbeth's words in response to the bloodied hands that both she and her husband now have. At this point, she feels that a little water will rid them of the crime. Later on, when we see her sleepwalking, we realise that her guilty conscience also will not allow her to let go of this terrible deed of killing the king.